hyperbaric oxygen therapy. Inside a pressurized chamber in Israel, 35 healthy adults over 64 ran a 90-day protocol. 60 sessions, no drugs, no supplements. By the end, their telomeres had grown nearly 38%. Their senescent cells had dropped over a third. The only human trial in history where biological aging actually reversed, not slowed, reversed. Diet, exercise, every supplement on Earth combined doesn't move these numbers. So why isn't every longevity clinic running this protocol? Pure oxygen at double normal atmospheric pressure. Your blood and tissues saturate with oxygen at levels they never reach at sea level. That's it. That's the entire intervention. For decades, it was a hospital tool: wound healing, carbon monoxide poisoning, diving accidents. Then, in 2020, a team led by Shai Efrati at Shamir Medical Center in Israel ran the trial that changed the conversation. Published in the journal Aging, the setup was simple. 35 healthy adults, average age in the late 60s, no serious illness. Each one ran the full Israeli protocol for 12 weeks straight. Inside the chamber, you sit upright in a recliner or lay flat. The clear acrylic shell seals around you. Your ears pop as the pressure builds, the same feeling as a plane descending. You wear an oxygen mask. You can read. You can watch a movie. It's not painful. It's not even uncomfortable. It just is. The researchers measured two things almost no human aging trial had measured before: telomere length and senescent cell count. Both are direct cellular markers of how old your body actually is. Telomeres are the caps on the ends of your chromosomes. Every time a cell divides, they get shorter. When they hit a critical length, the cell stops dividing and starts to die. Telomere shortening is one of the cleanest, measurable signals of biological aging on Earth. Almost everything shortens them. Almost nothing lengthens them. That's what made what happened next so unexpected. Senescent cells are worse. These are zombie cells, damaged cells that refuse to die and instead poison the tissue around them. Your immune system normally clears them out. After 60, that cleanup breaks down. The zombies pile up. They drive most of the inflammation behind every age-related disease we have a name for: Alzheimer's, heart disease, diabetes, cancer. The list runs long. They're also why aging visibly accelerates after 60. As the zombies accumulate, they inflame the tissue around them. That inflammation drives more cells into the same zombie state. The cycle compounds. In B cells, the telomeres lengthens nearly 38%. In every other lymphocyte type, they grew over 20%. Senescent T helper cells dropped over 37%. T cytotoxic cells dropped over 11%. Every measurement landed in the same direction: biological aging running backward. The participants didn't change their diet, exercise, or supplements. The only variable was 3 months of pressurized oxygen, and every cellular aging marker the researchers tracked moved in the opposite direction it normally moves. Their immune cells were rebuilt. Their chromosomes were extended. They had measurably run the clock backward. It's the protocol the longevity elite quietly adopted years before the trial data caught up. For the first time, the thing the billionaires and Hollywood crowd are doing has the peer-reviewed proof to back it up. You breathe oxygen every second of your life. Why would pumping more of it in for 90 minutes a day rewrite your chromosomes? The oxygen isn't the active ingredient. The cycle is. Inside the chamber, your tissues are flooded with oxygen at levels they never normally reach. When you step out, oxygen levels crash back to baseline. That sudden drop registers in your cells as low oxygen, the same biological signal high-altitude training and a hard workout produce, except much stronger and much more controlled. Your body responds by activating the genes that build new mitochondria, lengthen telomeres, and rebuild damaged tissue. Stem cells get mobilized from bone marrow into circulation. New blood vessels form. Senescent cells get flagged for destruction.
The body enters a repair mode it almost never reaches during normal life. The Israeli team called it the high oxygen, low oxygen paradox, two normally opposite signals firing together. That conflict is what flips the deep repair switch. The same research group ran a separate randomized controlled trial. 63 older adults, same protocol, 3 months. The cognitive results landed just as hard as the cellular ones. Attention, information processing speed, and executive function all improved on standardized testing. Imaging showed measurable increases in brain blood flow to the regions the participants used during those tests. New small blood vessels appeared to be forming in the prefrontal cortex, the hippocampus, and the thalamus, the parts of the brain that drive memory, focus, and executive control. The improvements weren't subjective, they were structural. The protocol isn't only repairing blood cells, it's rebuilding the wiring inside the skull. Quick safety note before we get into the actual protocol. The safety literature lists hyperbaric oxygen therapy as off-limits in pneumothorax, severe lung disease, recent ear surgery, severe heart failure, and pregnancy. Anyone on certain chemotherapy drugs has to clear it with their oncologist first. This is a clinical procedure, not a home experiment without medical supervision. The protocol the trials ran looks like this: 5 sessions a week, 90 minutes per session, 2 atmospheres of pressure, pure oxygen by mask, 5-minute air breaks every 20 minutes to manage oxygen toxicity. 60 sessions over 12 weeks total. That's the exact spec. This is also one of the most expensive longevity protocols on Earth. A clinical-grade chamber session runs $250 to $500. 60 sessions clinic-side comes out to $15,000 to $30,000 total. A home soft-shell chamber starts around $5,000 and climbs past $15,000 for a real one. The reason it stays expensive is the chamber itself. A medical-grade hard-shell unit costs over $100,000 to manufacture and needs trained technicians to operate safely. The home soft-shell versions reach a lower peak pressure and don't replicate the trial exactly. There's no cheap version of this protocol yet. That's why every clinic running it looks like a fertility clinic for the wealthy. 3 months of treatment costs what a small car does. The protocol is real. The price is the gate. That said, if you have access to a clinical-grade chamber, this is what the trial protocol actually looked like, and the data behind it stands as the cleanest aging reversal signal in any human study to date. 35 adults over 64, 60 sessions in 90 days. Telomeres lengthened up to 38%. Senescent cells dropped over a third. Cognitive function improved on 3 independent measures. If you think 90 days inside an oxygen chamber is intense, wait until you see what 11 minutes of cold water a week does to your brain. That video is right here. Reminder, this is research, not medical advice. Talk to your doctor before changing anything, and hyperbaric therapy belongs in a clinic, not a basement.